Well, we have the sunrise. Sunrise. Oh, it's gorgeous this morning. So this is southeast Queensland, a place called Redcliffe, Redcliffe Peninsula in Australia. And every day should start off with a jumping for joy if you can, given that not everyone can live on a beach, live near the beach. Very grateful to live near the beach, gotta say. How far are you from the beach? All right, so we set the camera up first. Hey Mike, how you going? How you going, mate? You know the drill. Set you up for a sunrise. It's a misty kind of sunrise this morning. Guys, we have a treat today. Not only do you get one person jumping for joy, you get two people jumping for joy. So there's a method to my madness. All right. Let's go, Bob. Adios. All right. We're in screen. Can you see us? Yep. All right. On three? Yep. 1, 2, 3. You know you've got a style. I know. It's different to yours. That's what it's all about. Freestyle. So, guys, well, Mike, oh, there's Deb too, and Carrie. Meet Barbs.
Hi, everyone.
Another Australian. She'll say g'day.
G'day, everyone.
2 Aussies for one, right, this morning. So, I need to drink my green juice. That's what I need to do. And then we'll go walking. So, guys, Barb is a friend of mine, Australian, but we met in Bolivia. So, we're going to have a chat about Bolivia today. So, Carrie's got, see, so I'm introducing Barb's to the live too. So, I don't want to shove it in her face because she's like, this is very weird. But we can turn it around because Mike's a fisherman here. So, we've got someone fishing on the beach. So, yeah, you can look at the sunrise. But I'll show you, Barb. See how, like, there's comments here? It's got,
Yep.
there's 4 people right now. So, we've got Mike. So, these people are people, some people are random. But, like, I know Mike. He's from Minnesota. I don't know Mike, but
Yeah.
I kind of know Mike. Mike was actually the first person to jump on the live with me and do this kind of thing that's going to happen today. So, we're at watercolors with Carrie. She's from America. Oh, I've forgotten where you are from, actually, Carrie, but Carrie does amazing step-by-step watercolors.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really yeah, very, very cool. Deb Warwick, she's from Texas. How you feeling, Deb? So Deb has just had some health issues. She's out of hospital. And you can just see basically the chat. And they're saying hello to each other. Oh, you're in Iowa. Okay, have you been to Iowa?
I don't think I have.
It's the corn state, isn't it, Carrie? So anyway, let's put this down so they can have a look at the sunrise. Guys, I'll be back. I'm just going to drink my green juice as I normally do. And then we're going walking and talking about Bolivia. Anyone been to Bolivia? All right. So I've been picking up sea glass along the beach, actually.
Yeah.
Pretty cool the coloured glass when I first took it. Yeah. I'll be back. I'll just put this in
I
front.
was going to say again.
Yeah. The sunrise would have been about like 5:35 this morning. Way too early.
I don't think I'd ever heard you say that.
Yeah, well, it definitely is definitely getting too early. Okay, we've got someone. Hey, Sachin. Yep, it's Queensland. We love you from India. Thank you. Have you been to India?
No, I haven't. Not yet.
Yeah, definitely India would be on your list, wouldn't it?
Okay.
So, all right. Well, the only question is left or right, Barbs? Left or right?
We could go right since we left yesterday.
Okay, well, we're going right. Actually, just let me just point out, guys, there is a bright red tractor down here. Just remember that bright red tractor for if Susan comes in the live today, since she needs a bright red tractor for her farm. That bright red tractor's draking up the beach to make it all pretty for the weekend. So guys, obviously Exploradora 80 is my ultra ego, my ego that wants to get to 80 countries. So I don't have a huge lot of friends that have these kind of crazy ideas, but I do have a few friends that do like to travel. One being the lady next to me. Lady?
Yep.
I'm going to call her Lady. My friend Lady, my friend Barbs. How long have we been friends, I reckon? I think like a memory came up on Facebook the other day that said about 15 years ago that we went to Bolivia.
2008.
2008.
For me? Yep.
Okay, can someone do the maths in the chat? 2008. So that's what? That's more than 15 years ago. It's 18. Is that right, guys?
17? Yeah.
17 years ago. Okay. So Mike's got I love tractors. So 17 years ago, I was backpacking, as you do, and I really wanted to go to South America because actually talking about, guys, I've been doing 75 hard, and the best thing that's come out of 75 hard is that I've been reading books again. Used to love reading books. Embarrassed to say that haven't read a book in 3 years. Well, I haven't finished a book in 3 years. I've opened a book, Barb. I've opened a book,
Right, yeah.
but I haven't finished a book in 3 years. So, 75 hard, you must read 10 pages of some kind of self-help business book a day. I'm on day 31. I've read nearly 1.5 books. I'm so stoked and I'm loving it. But one of the books I read many years ago that really shaped me, not shaped me, but like I loved, was a book called Marching Powder. Have you read that book yet?
Certainly have.
You've read it too. Marching Powder by a guy called Rusty, wasn't it? Rusty Young. Okay. Marching Powder, which is talking about cocaine, guys. And a guy called Rusty Young, an Australian guy, funnily enough, we're both Australian, walking on a beach in Australia, talking to you guys. And he documents his story. Well, it's a real story. He might have ad-libbed a little bit, maybe, potentially, to make it look, sound interesting. But he basically went to Bolivia, and in Bolivia, a place called La Paz, which is the capital, there's a jail called San Pedro Jail. Did you actually go in?
I certainly did.
Yep. Okay, cool. This is going to be interesting, guys, because I can't remember your story, and you probably can't remember my story. Did you go the time that you were in Bolivia? Yeah, of course.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So the reason why I ended up in Bolivia in South America, potentially all of South America, was because I read this book. And this guy, Young Rusty, was talking about how he went to South America, to Bolivia, which back 17 years ago was probably still quite, it was touristy, but it wasn't as touristy as it is now. It still had an element of, people getting kidnapped by the drug cartel, basically. So anyway, that consequently made Dora have to do a tour because my mum was freaking out, saying you can't go to South America, you'll get kidnapped by drug lords and become a drug mule. Or, they'll never hear from me again, right? So I had to do a tour. I had to because, I normally backpack. I pull the Lonely Planet out. I love a Lonely Planet. Do you?
I'm a Lonely Planet girl.
Okay, she's a Lonely Planet girl too. So this is why we're friends, right? More than that, right? But that's normally how we travel. And Why did you, actually, let me ask you that. Why did you do a gap adventure?
I usually do some organised trips and then usually have some free time in between so we can do our own thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, Gap Adventures, are they Australian? No, I don't think they are they? They're not called, they're called G Adventures now.
Yeah.
G Adventures. Anyway, 17 years ago, we both happened to be on a tour and we meet. Now, fellow Australian, she was also travelling, Barb was also travelling with a lady called Donna, who happened to live in Redcliffe, where I'm from. Barb, where were you living at that stage?
I was living in country Victoria.
Ah, you were still in country Victoria.
Yep.
So what's the town called in Victoria?
Ilden.
Ilden. Okay, so we'll have a friend come on later, two people from Victoria. So we'll be interested to see if they know where Ilden is. Is that where Lake Ilden is?
It certainly is.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So Barb was from Victoria. Her friend that she was travelling was from Redcliffe, where I'm from.
I met her in Africa.
They met in Africa on a tour.
Yep.
So yeah, these are the stories that go around, right, guys? And anyway, so I'm like, oh wow, you're from Redcliffe. So she was Barb. No, Donna was a little bit older than me, but we knew some of the same people. So it was very interesting. We didn't know each other, but we knew some of the same people. So how's that? I went all the way around the world, met two Aussies, and one from my hometown. But Barb and I became really good friends from that trip, and we've kept in contact. Barb now lives on the other side of the world, no, other side of Australia, which is nearly the other side of the world. And she lives in a place called Kalgoorlie. So Kalgoorlie, what's Kalgoorlie, do you reckon, famous for?
Gold.
Gold. So, yeah, it's a gold mining place. So that's the only place, that's the only reason people go there, really, isn't it?
It's very big in mining. We have a giant hole in the ground called the Super Pit.
Oh, do you?
Worth looking it up, the Kalgoorlie Super Pit. It is enormous.
Kalgoorlie Super Pit.
And continuing to get even bigger.
Right, okay.
And they produce a ridiculous amount of gold.
Right, okay, that's where you go to get gold, guys. Hi, Crass M. So, yeah, so anyway, morning. Are they biting this morning? No. They're not biting. But you're having fun though, aren't you? No. You're not? You what? Did they catch them all yesterday? Oh, maybe. They've been catching whiting a lot lately. So, yeah, so Barb is now living in Kalgoorlie, which is, let's say, if you drove, how long would it take you to drive?
Oh, it'll take you a couple of days.
It'd take a couple of days to drive to where I'm from, to where Barb's from. So, as I said, it's on the other side of the world, the other side of Australia. So, yeah, so basically that's how we ended up meeting. But Barb is visiting me at the moment. She's come over for a little stay and we've been walking on the beach and having a chat. Actually, we haven't been walking along the beach. So how is the sand walking today for you?
Oh, it's good.
It's good. It hurts the butt. So today, guys, we're going on a bit of an adventure today, which you may or may not get to see later on. Depends. We'll see. But really want to talk today, guys, about Bolivia. Has anyone been to Bolivia? Not too many people probably have been to Bolivia. It's not a place that everyone wants to go. But, it seems to have got really popular in the last, I reckon, since we've left.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people, I've met a lot of people have been to Bolivia since. And it is on the backpacking trail. So, guys, I actually have my link to this live in my community post, guys, if you want to come say hello. We are going to try to make it travel related today, guys, if we can. So the last time I did a live a couple of days ago, Barb's, I was walking on the beach and someone dropped into the chat who was from Scotland.
Yep.
And I went, Scotland. Love Scotland. You've been to Scotland, haven't you?
No, not yet.
Oh, you haven't been to Scotland? Okay. So, and then I just started, okay, well, let's talk about Scotland today. And then someone else in the chat said, oh, yeah, I've been to Scotland. Love Scotland. So then the story went. And then Mike, Adventure Sparks, jumps on the live. I said, have you been to Scotland? He goes, no, but my family's from Scotland.
Ah,
So he's all about the heritage. He's got, into kilt dancing. So that kind of went down a rabbit hole there, about his heritage. And then someone else jumped on who's actually from Scotland, but living in Australia since she was 5 years old. So with them, we're chatting about where she'd love to go. So yeah, it was an interesting conversation, actually. I loved it. Which city? We're from, let me turn that around. We're in Redcliffe, Queensland, southeast Queensland, Australia. A little seaside village called Redcliffe. We're about 30 kilometres away from Brisbane City. Nice little place. Seaside village. There's no waves, which is not a bad thing. There's a big island in front of this peninsula. These are the mornings. It's just so beautiful to go seeing up paddleboarding.
there's people swimming, paddling,
Yeah.
everything this morning.
Oh, there's a hive of it for me. This is the day. I reckon this weekend's going to be a beautiful weekend, actually. So, Carrie, have you been to Bolivia? Have you been to South America? What time is it there? It is 6:33 a.m. on Friday morning, guys. It's the 26th day, isn't it?
I think so.
It's the 26th of September,
Yep.
6:33 a.m. Friday morning. And that is the sunrise. Beautiful sunrise this morning. Really? No, I haven't. Okay. Have you had any friends that have gone to Bolivia, Carrie? No, I haven't travelled much. Just to Africa, Mozambique, to be precise. Man, Mozambique. Have you been to? You've been to Mozambique, haven't
I
you?
have. I have.
So Barb's been to Mozambique. Tell us what's the highlight of Mozambique for you?
For me, we went swimming with the whale sharks.
Oh,
It was the whale sharks were migrating past Mozambique at the time. And
whoa.
yes, we were able to swim with them, and that was pretty amazing stuff.
Okay. So Carrie, what did you do in Mozambique? Did you go swimming with whale sharks? I didn't know you could swim with Mozambique when we were there.
Well, I didn't know until we got there.
And that's when
It happened to be the time, just the time for it.
right. Okay, and that's when you met Donna.
Oh, no, I
No?
met Donna on my first Africa trip at the gorillas in Rwanda.
Okay. So Barb met Donna, who was from Redcliffe, when they were doing a tour of the gorillas in Rwanda. So the mountain gorillas. Now that's something that's definitely on my list. My bucket list is to see the. You went. Did you end up going twice or something?
Yes, I think we both did 2 days. It was amazing, absolutely amazing.
So who'd be cool to see the mountain gorillas in Rwanda? Uganda.
No,
You went to
can do it in
Rwanda.
both, but we went to Rwanda.
Okay, so you went to Rwanda, and you can do it in Uganda too. So my friend Jazz is from Africa. She's about to go over there actually. I think in a couple of weeks. So it'd be interesting to see if she goes in that kind of area. So it's very expensive, isn't it?
It is now. Well, it probably was back then as well.
Yeah.
It's it was $500 for a permit.
Yep.
To see the gorillas. I had a look recently, and it's now $1,500.
Well, $1,500 to see the mountain gorillas, but I guess it's. I mean, it's not something you're going to see every day, right? It's not like seeing a seagull.
Towards their
Conservation, yeah, which is fine, I guess. If it goes to the right people, you're happy about that, right?
Yeah.
So Carrie's got here. I went on a mission trip with my church.
Yep.
The only big animal I saw was a giant. What is that word? Oh, tarantula. Oh my God.
Yeah.
In home we stayed. Oh my gosh. Did you see a tarantula?
I don't believe I did.
God, how big are we talking? How big's a tarantula? The size of your hand?
Probably a decent size.
Yeah, right. Yeah, okay. So you saw your tarantula. Yeah, okay, that's got to be scary. In the home you were staying, Carrie. Wow, okay. That would have been interesting. Yeah, so wow. So you got to swim with a whale shark?
Oh yes,
Wow. Okay.
quite a yeah. It was a great morning.
Wow.
They
Mozambique.
can the guide watches and they can see because they're on top of the water
Yep.
and so they call it a footprint. So they can see off in the distance when one's heading up towards you.
Yep.
And as it goes past us, you're allowed to drop yourself into the water with a snorkeling mask on, and you get to swim along with them as long as you can keep up with them, which is only a certain distance. They pay no attention to you, and the most amazing, enormous, enormous animals.
Right.
It's just fabulous.
Interesting.
So we did that for a few hours. Got to dive in a few times. It was fabulous.
Carrie Scott. Tarantula is the only name of a big spider I know. So we have a funnel web spider here in Australia, which is probably bigger.
Oh, I don't
Well,
know.
actually, no. They've got long legs,
Yeah,
long arms.
tarantulas are known to be quite big.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know, guys, if you've been watching the news or Barb, even you've seen this. But apparently, a big blue whale
Yeah,
was seen on the other side of Australia, a place in Western Australia, a place called Bustleton. Did you see this video?
saw the news. Yeah,
There was this footage, guys. I'm sure you can look it up. This massive blue. I actually think it was nearly AI. It was massive, like long blue whale just sliding or gliding by a jetty in Australia. I mean, I don't think that's been captured that often, a blue whale, because they're massive. But I don't know. Again, I have no concept of how big they are, but they're huge or long. But wow, crazy. So, why did you end up going to Bolivia?
I don't know how I end up going to some places. I just decided.
That's the best way, right?
I think I read the book.
Okay, so you read the book. So this is interesting, guys. So I'll just be warning here. If you read the book Marching Powder, you could end up in Bolivia because two of us independently have read the book and ended up in Bolivia to go to this jail. So, so we're talking about this jail called San Pedro Jail, and it's unlike a normal jail that you can think of. And, it's really weird that random strangers or tourists would want to go to a jail. Let's face it, we want to stay out of jail, right? But what was the attraction to you? Why?
Oh, because it's almost an unbelievable story.
Yeah, I mean,
And I guess the bit we need to let them know is so there's two parts of San Pedro.
okay.
There's the regular part of the jail, which is not the part we went into. That part is for the wealthy.
Oh, right,
And I
yes.
think also foreigners. So it's not the jail proper. It is slightly different. But if you read the book, what we could see was actually exactly as it was written, which was a bit unbelievable. But yeah,
So Marching Powder talks about how you can go into this jail as a tourist. It's a touristy thing. I don't know if you can go anymore.
it depends on
The guards of the season.
it depends on who is the head of the prison at the time. Friends of mine went a couple of years after me,
Yep.
and they weren't able to get in.
Okay.
So it's all to do with corruption.
Yep.
But
Bribery.
who's running the place at the time, and whether they allow it to happen or not.
So
We
this,
did pay to get in there.
yeah, you do have to pay to get in. So it is like a guided tour, so to speak. And the jail is a very different jail, as in like the section that we were we're going to, doesn't have any guards inside. They're all on the out. Hey, Kathleen, how are you going? Kathleen, we're reading. Actually, Kathleen's one of my friends, Barb. Say hey, Kathleen. So Barb is one of my friends from Australia, but Kathleen is a friend of mine from Canada, from Saskatchewan.
Oh yes, that's one.
Oh, she knows. See, she's
Saskatchewan?
yeah, Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan. Yeah, but I just don't like to say it like that. I like to say Saskatchewan because it just sounds different.
Love
So,
Canada.
so you used to live there, didn't you?
I lived in Canada for a year. Yeah.
So, guys, look how beautiful it is this morning. Wow, the water is so glassy. There's someone swimming. This is a beautiful place to swim. Beautiful. So, yeah. So, Kathleen saying hello. So, Kathleen, we're just talking about both of us read a book called Marching Powder. It's not everyone's book. We're both travellers, so we like travel books. And Marching Powder is written by an Australian guy called Rusty Young. And it talks about his trip to South America, to Bolivia, to La Paz, the capital, and how he basically stayed and visited a jail called San Pedro Jail. And it's it's a jail that people pay to go into. And
they live in apartments. They're not called cells.
that's right. And you pay for them.
Yeah.
You can upgrade to a better cell or better apartment.
So they lock their apartment when they leave it. But yeah, they're not locked in their apartments. And the guides, that's the other thing you want to mention. The guides are actually prisoners.
Prisoners.
It's not a guard that takes you around.
Yep.
You're at the mercy of the prisoner.
The inmate. The inmate.
Who takes you on a tour, and inside their apartment.
Yeah.
It's all a bit different.
It's all very different. And there's a bit of risk taking here because, like I said,
nobody knows you're in there.
Nobody knows you're in there. I definitely didn't tell my mum I went, that's for sure.
You give your passport to them
That's
on the way
right.
in.
I didn't take my passport.
Didn't you?
No, I didn't take any ID with me. And we didn't take any phone with us because you're not allowed to take photos or videos or anything while you're in there. It's all very hush hush. So let me just say, when I finished doing this tour, I ran home and I wrote about 10 pages in my diary because it was, wow, crazy. So look, we've got some people having a little picnic down here. Oh, this is beautiful this morning. Have you been down here before, Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
God, it's gorgeous down here. So guys, this is a place called Scott's Point, a little location in Redcliffe. This is where I'd go swimming, guys, because it's just so pretty. And look how clear the water is. It is gorgeous today. Absolutely gorgeous. So we'll put the camera down. We don't need to put strangers in our videos. But I'm rehashing this story, Bob, because 17 years ago is a long time ago now. Good morning. That's beautiful. So the ladies behind me just had like a little, I don't know, maybe they had their crystals out and they were kind of maybe blessing them in the sun, maybe. That's kind of nice. Wow, this is beautiful. When did we go? So Kathleen, we went 17 years ago. So that's how I met Barb's, Kathleen. So at the start of the video, I talked about how Barb's visiting me at the moment. She lives on the other side of Australia at the moment. It's a place called Kalgoorlie. It's a mining kind of town. And
about over 30,000 people there, I believe.
30,000 people live in this town. So it's a pretty big mining town. It's a gold mining town. So let's kick the rock. Kick. And then we'll turn around. Hey, Heather. So Barb's, Heather's Backyard is another channel that I follow a lot. And Heather, I met on a live recently. Actually, I met Kathleen on a live recently too. I met a lot of you guys on lives recently. Heather is Canadian too, but she met an Irish guy in an Irish pub, as you do, in Canada and fell in love. And now she has 2 beautiful children and she's now living in Ireland. She moved there last year with her husband or partner and her 2 children. And she's living in Donegal. Have you been to Ireland?
I have not been to Ireland.
Haven't been to Ireland. Okay. So she's in Donegal. And you know that you can go scuba diving in Ireland?
You want a thick wetsuit?
Yeah, thick wetsuit, yeah. So Heather lives near the beach and goes snorkeling and scuba diving with a group that they go every week. Wow, how beautiful is that? I love that reflection of the pines in the water.
Yep.
So say hi to Barb, Heather.
Hi, Heather.
So Heather is her channel's really about what she does in the backyard. She has a sun house, or a greenhouse, should I say, and grows beautiful like peas and beans, and her children get to pick them. And she's just teaching her kids, you know, how to grow food. Basically, it's amazing. And then she also tells us all about the highlights of living in Ireland, which is amazing. So, guys, we're talking today about Bolivia and how I met Barb. So, Barb's a fellow Australian, but we actually met in Bolivia. Independently, we both were travelling, and she was with a friend that actually is from Redcliffe, where I'm from, but we didn't know each other. And Barb is from country Victoria. And Barb and I have kept on our friendship. That was 17 years ago, guys. But we both went there because we both read a book called Marching Powder by a guy, Australian guy called Rusty Young. And the story's about him going to La Paz in Bolivia and going to the San Pedro jail, which is a jail like unlike anything you've ever seen or heard. And both of us were so spellbound by this book that we both went to South America. So that just tells you, be careful when you read this book. You might end up in South America, and you might end up trying to find out how to get into this jail like we both did. So, hey Debbie Sue, how you going? So, yeah, so anyway, we both independently, obviously before we did the tour and met, went to this jail each. We probably, you never know, we might even went on the same day. So, anyway, I'll tell you my experience, Barb, and then I'll ask you your experience. So, had just been on a tour, another Gap Adventure tour, that I went to from Lima into Peru, or in Peru. I did Machu Picchu when I did the trek, the camping trek. Did you do that?
Did.
You
But
did?
we did not the one that everyone does.
You did the other one.
One.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, I was traveling, had met paid friends, because this is what this is, a paid friend. We're paid friends. I met some Norwegian ladies, sisters actually. So I was staying in a backpackers hostel actually, they're not even, you don't stay in backpack hostels in Bolivia because everything's so cheap. You just stay in like little pensions or little guest houses, like 2-star hotel kind of things. And we decided that we're going to go check out this place. Now, the two twins, not sisters, had never heard of this book. I told them all about this book, trusted me to go, okay, let's do that. So we did a bit of kind of scouting around first. We went down to the jail. We walked around the jail to see how you get in. And there was no one around, so we weren't quite sure what to do. And then we ran into someone and they said, do you want to go in the jail? And we're like, yes. And they said, okay, this is the price. And, you know, you should really bring some things. Like, you should bring some, like, treats, as in, like, toothbrush, toothpaste, just as a donation to, you know, shampoo or something like that for the people that are in the jail that don't have money, basically. Because in this jail, you pay for your room. So you don't get cells, you get apartments. And this is all just sounds very unbelievable. And we're on the outside going, okay. So we run off and we're like, shit, do we actually go? Like, this is crazy. Like, you know, young Dora, 17 years ago, going, this is kind of crazy, going to a jail. Known for drugs, right? It is. That's why most of these people are all in there for drugs.
They produced some of the purest, back then,
Yep.
They produced some of the purest cocaine in the world in the basement of the main part of the prison.
Yeah. So it's kind of a bit crazy that I'd want to actually go in there. We both don't partake.
No.
Definitely don't. And I guess that's probably the reason why it probably was quite interesting for us, because we don't partake in drugs. But it's just the whole story is just unbelievable that people pay for apartments. So anyway, we run off. We go buy, like, you know, bits of toothpaste. We make these little care packages up, right? And with the three of us come back, we don't bring our our phones. I don't even know. 17 years ago,
Phones.
we didn't have phones back then.
No.
We definitely didn't take our passports, and we only took the money for the tour. That's it, because we're not buying drugs, right? Because that's the other thing. They did say to us, if you want to buy drugs, you can bring your money. So we're like, yeah, nah, that's all right. We're not partaking. So yeah, so basically we shuffle back, shitting ourselves, literally going, are we going to do this? And we're like, you know what, let's just do this. So safety numbers, the three of us went in, and we're at the, there are guards at the front of it, and they're just checking us to make sure that we're not bringing in drugs. So they gave us a bit of a pat down and made sure that we weren't, did we have our passports or our cameras and stuff? They had to leave them at the front. So hence why we weren't going to leave them at the front, because we didn't know who they were. And then we went in. So my next question is, Barb, how did you end up, how was the story of you getting in there?
Well, I'd read the book. My mate hadn't read the book, didn't know about it.
Okay.
We went in, I went in to sign up to ride the, what do they call it? World's Most Dangerous Road.
Oh, yep.
On a bicycle.
Yep.
My mate didn't do that. She's not that way inclined. And in their little office, they had the book for sale.
Ah, okay.
Showed it to my mate, told her about it. She bought it, and she read a chunk of it. And
While you were doing the Dead Ride?
Yes.
Okay.
And then she was on board as well. Yep, we need to go and have a look at this place. That is unbelievable.
Right, that's cool. So you both, yeah, okay. So how did you suss it out, I guess, to get in?
Well, I just remember we went down. I'm not sure if we might have gone down the day before and just have to look to see where it was.
Yep.
But yeah, we kind of knew it was the side gate, not the main entrance.
Okay.
Maybe we might have passed someone. I don't recall.
Yep.
But yeah, we just lined up to that small entrance. Yes, they were accepting people today. So we handed some money over. And then there was someone on the other side of the gate.
Yep.
Saying, would you like to do a tour? And we said yes. He said, how did you hear about it? Read the book. And they opened the gate, let us in, and we were at the mercy of this gentleman. He is not a guard, he's a prisoner. And yeah, he took us up to the apartment, was one of the big ones right up top.
Is that where you sat down and had, you basically sat down and had a chat first?
Had a chat.
Okay,
yeah.
So they must do the same thing. That's what we did for us too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, okay. So was it just the two of you?
We went in as two.
Yep.
But I think there was people already up there.
Okay.
And then when we were finished up there, they gave us a little card because we did actually have some more money with us.
Yep.
Because we had to make another donation.
Right.
As they call it.
Donation.
We got a lovely card.
You got a card?
Little religious card.
Oh, yes.
Which I do have somewhere.
Yes, I think I do too.
And then when we were finished there, they sort of took us for a bit of a walk around I guess we'd call the giant courtyard that all the apartments are off. Showed us their solitary confinement. Showed us how to escape from that prison if we wanted to. He said nobody does, because as far as prisons go, it's a pretty good prison. And then he took us to another apartment, which was not so palatial. Had to climb a ladder to get up into it.
Yeah.
We met some other people, and then we were with a couple of other guys at that time. And we had a bit more of a chat. I was sitting on a step up the top of the ladder, looked down and happened to see a dirty, great old carving knife in the gap between the stair and the wall.
Oh.
So I thought that was interesting. That's obviously his protection.
Right, yeah.
Someone comes up through the hatch. And after some time, the question was asked if we did want to do some cocaine.
Yep.
At which point we said, no, thank you. So it's time for us to leave. So the boys that were there, who we didn't know, they were there and they were going to do some.
Yep.
Good luck to them. Yes. So we were there for quite some time. And it was unbelievable, but what we saw was exactly what we read in the book.
Hey, Heather. Hello, Sue. Hey, Sue. So, High Country Homestead is my friend Susan. Barb, meet Susan.
Susan.
Susan is a fellow Victorian, actually.
Ah,
So, where are you from, Barb?
Lake Eildon.
So, how far? I actually think you're not far from Lake Eldon, are you, Susan? So, Susan is in the Alpine region. What's the actual town called? I don't know if you're actually telling us where you're actually the actual town. I mean, I know, but I'm not going to say that out loud. So, Susan has a beautiful 260 acres
Nice.
in like this top of a mountain range in country Victoria. So yeah, and she has cows and alpacas and chickens. She purely lives off the land.
Yes.
So,
Done.
so Barb is from country Victoria. She's very country, which is not a bad thing, right? Those kind of morals and yeah, just the politeness and
Now to
work
grow
ethics. Yeah, she knows how to grow things.
can drive anything.
She can drive anything, try to fix everything. She's like a little
Country bumpkin.
country bumpkin. There you go. So Susan, Lake Eldon is close. Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah,
probably up in the Victorian High Country.
she is in Victorian High Country.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's her. And I was having a joke before because I was showing people there's a red tractor on the beach, Susan, and we've been talking about how Susan needs to get a red tractor for her farm. So one day soon, Susan is going to get a red tractor for her farm.
We had a red tractor.
You had a red tractor?
Red tractor.
That's so funny. So the red tractor's real. Right, you had a red tractor.
They're not all red. But ours is red.
Did you drive the red tractor?
Yeah.
Oh,
Drive a tractor before I could drive a car.
there you go. That's the country. Wow. Ah, she's from Mansfield.
Yep, other side of the lake.
The other side of the lake. Right, there you go. Well, hello, Susan. Hope you're well this morning. How cold is it down there for you? Yeah. It's pretty warm down here. Up here, should I say. It's nice. Teeing up to be such a nice day, which is perfect for what we're doing today. But guys, we're talking about an amazing book we both read, Marching Powder, which is talking about cocaine, and how we both ended up in a Bolivian jail as a tourist. So Barbara just talked about her experience going in. And so funny because it would have been the same time that we went there, because obviously a couple of days after this tour we both did to get into this jail, we both met on a Gap Adventure tour where we went into Bolivia and we went to the salt flats.
Yep.
So that's probably the highlight of Bolivia. Well, actually, the highlight was going to the jail for me. That's the reason why I ended up in South America. But we wanted to see this beautiful salt flats of Bolivia. And you actually know that I can't remember the Bolivian name. Oh, it starts with U.
I was going to say it starts with
U.
I can't remember the pronunciation.
Yeah, I can't pronounce it either. Uzifi or something? Uzifi.
Along those lines.
Yeah, it's a famous. There's salt flats in America too, but the ones in Bolivia are supposed to be the biggest ones in the world, I believe. And the wildlife is amazing. Do you remember the flamingos and the lake?
I remember the cold. That is my overarching memory.
So, guys,
And cold.
so do you think? I mean, you've been to Iceland recently.
Yes.
So, in all the places you've been around the world, what's the coldest trip you've ever been on?
Well, I mean, if I just had the same clothes in Bolivia,
Yeah.
in the Arctic or the Antarctic, it probably would have been.
Okay, so you've been in Antarctica.
But I didn't have weather for those extreme temperatures.
Yeah.
So Bolivia was on the salt flats.
It was the coldest.
The coldest I've ever been.
Yeah. So with Gap Adventures, right, it's kind of like, we're not talking like first class travel, although I don't like that, right? We're both backpackers at heart. We get a lonely planet and do it ourselves. But, you know, certain countries you need to go to. This is 17 years ago, guys. My mum was freaking out that I was going to South America and I would get, like, and I didn't tell her that I was going to go to a jail, right, that sells cocaine. But I omitted that bit. So if you're watching this, Mum, surprise, we survived. We made a friend. Anyway, but yeah, I had to do a tour. But I don't regret it because obviously I met Barb. I met some really cool people on these tours. But I reckon it was the tour that was cool because it was very laid back. You had a local guide. You
Yep.
did local transports.
Yep.
You stayed in local places. So you weren't staying in 5-star places.
No.
But I remember, oh my gosh. So we flew out there or we drove out there?
No, we drove.
Yeah, we drove in a 4-wheel drive. The memory's a bit foggy, 17 years ago.
It was that cold that, well, our driver didn't turn the heater on.
Oh, that's why we're so cold.
I think from memory, he didn't want to turn the heater on for whatever reason. And with all the windows up, we got that fog on the inside of the window,
Oh, the condensation.
the condensation, and it was that cold that it actually froze.
Yeah.
And I wrote ice
Ice on
in the inside of the car's window.
It was that cold, guys. I was wearing my sleeping bag. I was literally in my sleeping bag. It was that cold. It was freezing.
That was in the morning.
Yeah, it was July, wasn't it?
It's
June, July?
No, because
It was after my birthday, I know that.
I had my birthday in the Galapagos.
Okay.
So it might have been late July.
Yeah, it was late July.
September.
So that's winter time in South America anyway. So we were in winter. So, it is going to be cold. But it was another level. We weren't prepared.
In the morning.
Oh my God, the mornings were like ridiculous. Literally, I'd roll out of bed in my sleeping bag and I wore my sleeping bag into the car because it was that cold. We were staying in there was like 4 or 5 beds in the room we were in.
More like a dorm room.
It was a dorm room we were in. It was freezing. Oh my God. But I've got some of the most beautiful photos of the lakes in the morning and all the different colours. I think one of the lakes was translated to many colours, I think. It was called. Right. Yeah, whatever that is. Mucho colour. I don't know. But all I can say is the Bolivian Salt Flats was one amazing place. And actually, the actual salt flats. So it warmed up by the middle of the day, and you can get this like the vision on the salt was like mirror vision, like literally like let's actually think about it. It was like the water here.
Yeah, it's like there was a layer of water on it.
It looked like a layer of water on the salt flats. It was so hypnotically beautiful. I have a few photos, but 17 years ago we didn't do videos, guys.
We did.
We did do a jumping for joy. So, guys, 17 years ago, I was still doing jumping for joys, and I would corrupt my friends, like Barb and her friend Donna, jumped for joy with me, and it's the funniest photo ever.
We see it every year. It comes up on Facebook.
Every year I share it, and I think most people are like, "What the hell? It's not a very good shot." I'm like, "It doesn't matter. It's not about how you jump. It's about participating in the jump, right?" So Barb did a jump with me at the start of our live. But it looks like there's 3 of us. Like I'm high, you're kind of like this, and then and then Donna's like she's like doing a poop on the ground. It's hilarious. If I can find the photo, I'll put it in my community post because it's honestly the funniest jump shot I've ever taken.
You can tell us. She was asking the question: who jumped the highest?
Oh, who jumped the highest?
My legs are furthest from the ground because I folded them up, so I considered mine to be the highest. Somebody else disagreed, so we'll see what you think of it. It's
not about how high you can jump, guys. It's not about how high. It's about participating, right? So yeah, it was a funny time. So so Susan's saying, did you end up in jail? No, we did go to jail, but we didn't do anything wrong. We actually paid to go in there. So we'll just do a little recap because you don't need to go rewind this video because it's long. So basically, guys, we read a book called by an Australian writer. I don't think he's a writer. He's read 2 books now, I think. His name's Rusty Young, just an Australian backpacker, basically, who basically wrote a story about his experience going to Bolivia to this jail. And the jail is basically a tourist attraction. I don't know if you can go in there anymore. They change the rules all the time. Yeah. And it's one of these jails that there's no guards inside, they're all on the outside. So basically it's crazy. We went inside. Yes, we're nuts for doing this, but we both survived. And we were both offered cocaine when we were in there. I watched some of the people that I was near there doing cocaine in a jail that you got in trouble for doing cocaine, and that's why they were in there. So it's very confronting and very weird. But yeah, and yeah, we both ended up in South America because we read that book. So it's amazing how the power of a book can make you travel, hey?
Mhm.
So I love reading, and I've just, by this 75 hard has got me back into reading, guys. I'm on day 31, and I'm nearly finished my second book, which is, have you ever heard of The Power of Now?
Nope.
By Erhard Tolle?
No.
A German guy. Okay, so I'm reading this book about the power of now. I'll tell you about it later. But anyway, but we're just, Barb and I are just reminiscing about a trip that we did 17 years ago to Bolivia, where we met, but we're both Australian. And Barb's friend that she was with is actually from the same town as I am. So very cool that we went to the other side of the world, and I was literally traveling around with someone from my hometown. We didn't know each other, but we knew some of the same people. So that's how the world is so small, right?
It is.
But it's so big. So it's amazing. And yeah, 17 years ago, and here we are still.
You wouldn't think we were that old, you?
No, we look like we're still 17 years old. I don't think I'd want to be 17 years old.
Not now.
I think the right age for me, I reckon, I liked being 38. I don't know why, but I like my 40s too. Actually, I don't know, I like my 50s too. I'll take that back. I'm happy being this age. So yeah, that's how, reading a book can get you to travel, guys. So be careful what you read, just saying. And I can highly recommend, the book is called Marching Powder, as in marching powder, referring to cocaine. But an amazing book. We both don't partake in drugs, but it was an amazing read. And just the way he read it, like he wrote it. And then when we both went to that, tour, the jail, how he explained it was exactly how we saw it. One of my best memories, I don't know if you remember this, but in the courtyard, they had a little, like a takeaway store with Coke umbrellas. Like the families come in. So families come in to hang out with their dad, mum. They live there with their dad or their mum that have been done for drugs. And then they go out to school through the day, or the wife goes to work and then comes back later on. But inside the middle of this courtyard is a little takeaway store where you can get hamburgers and chips. And
they have to make money unless someone from the outside can pay for them.
that's right.
They need to make money. So there's someone's a barber.
Yep, that's right.
And that how much money they make, I guess, it depends on how big their apartment is.
That's right. So if you're really, really wealthy, you have a really big apartment in this jail. So it's a very weird jail. It's not like the jails you think of, right?
And fun sidebar.
Yeah.
In Bolivia, you don't put the toilet paper down the toilet. You have to put it beside it in the basket.
That's right.
Because their system's not suitable for the paper to go down as well. But in the prison, they can flush their toilet. So they actually have better
Sanitation
than they do in the city proper.
Wow, that's interesting.
Funny.
It's still a working jail. Like, yeah, just what Barb said. The jail actually has better sanitation than the actual outside areas. So yeah, it was an amazing experience. Like I said, I finished that tour and I ran home back to my apartment that was freezing cold. And you know how I kept warm in these apartments? I turned the shower on and I had the shower running for half an hour to keep the place warm. It was that cold. It was so cold. I mean, it was July. It's cold in Bolivia. And you are higher elevation too. You can get altitude sickness there. I don't know why I'm remembering a place called Sucre. That's in Bolivia, eh? Remember that little...
Yeah.
We went there. We went to a
places.
Yeah, we went to a few places. This tour was amazing. So if you're actually thinking about going to Bolivia, you can do it yourself. But I would actually recommend. They're called now G Tours, Gap Adventures, G Adventures, and they're for any age group, but they're more like a backpacking style.
If you're after an adventure
style.
Not a vacation.
Not a vacation. It's not sit down and have cocktails and cocaine. It's more action packed. You go with local guides. They take you to local places, And yeah, you have paid friends. Paid friends. But yeah, hey, look, it works because I'm still friends with some of those people 17 years ago, hey? Do you remember that really annoying lady?
Every tour has a really
Her name
annoying
was
lady.
Jennifer. Her name was Jennifer.
Yeah.
Do you remember what we did? We chucked her gloves under the car.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Oh, she was so annoying. I'm not going to say where she was from, but she was very annoying. There's always one person that you just cannot stand. They're late for everything. And then when they're late, they hold up the whole group. Yeah, it was annoying. Okay, so Susan's saying in France that she remembers turning on the electric oven and opening the door to warm the house up. Yeah, I mean that's what you do in your little house, Susan. Not unlike it. What's the temperature this morning down there? Wow, how beautiful is this? So guys, I have my link to this live in my community post. If you'd like to jump in and tell us a random something or would like to say hello, you're welcome to. You just basically have to go to my community post. There's a link there. You just click it. It's the YouTube app, so you don't have to download any new app, and you just somehow appear on my screen. Don't ask me how, but you do. So I'm remembering we went to that really cool. We went to some sucre was like it was some kind of mineral, silver mine. It was a silver mine.
Yeah.
So we went to a silver mine, and we actually went inside the silver mine, and they were bloody blowing in the place up. They were doing dynamite and stuff, weren't they?
It's just mining in general. They go as far as they can, then they set dynamite to break the rock and
That's right.
keep going.
Yeah, it was hilarious. And inside they had statues and stuff for like, was it Pacha woman? Pacha mummy?
Yeah,
Pacha mummy.
they want to pray to her to keep them safe
That's
while they're underground.
That's right. Yeah, they had a temple, so to speak, where they would pray. They call it Pacha something, Pacha woman, Pacha mama, and they would pray to her for, getting them home because people wouldn't live in this town. They would work there and send all the money home to their family. So it was an amazing experience. 5 degrees.
Yep.
Heat wave, she said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a heat wave, Susan. You know it well, don't you?
Don't miss the Victorian winters.
So her family used to own the IGA in...
The supermarket wasn't an IGA,
okay.
basically.
Basically like a little corner. Well, it must have been back in the day.
It was an independent.
It was an independent supermarket before the IGAs probably took it over. So...
We were there. We ran it for 61 years.
You ran it for 61 years, your family?
Yep.
Your dad?
My grandfather.
Your grandfather? Oh, that's beautiful. I didn't know that.
Yep.
So Barb's family owned this corner or grocery store for 61 years. Wow. That's amazing.
Pretty crazy. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Many of the people in the town remembered, they all lived to a ripe old age.
Yeah.
Many of them, after I left, actually made it to 100. I think we had maybe 4 people that made it to 100.
4 people made it to 100. Wow.
So they all knew Dad when he was a little boy.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It was quite funny.
That's gorgeous.
That's how long they'd known the family for.
Wow. So, Susan, here's this little red tractor that you have to get one day. It's picking up all the seagrass and seaweed off the beach and dumping into a truck to take away. So basically they're making it all pretty for the weekend. It's school holidays here, and this weekend is looking like it's going to be an absolute mozza of a weekend. It's getting up to about 28, 29 degrees this weekend.
Yeah.
So it's warm. There'll be lots of swimming. That's the Surf Lifesaving Club. They'll be out making sure that everyone's safe. Well, did you bring your togs?
No.
Okay. So skinny dipping could be on the cards.
It's No Pants Friday.
No Pants Friday. It's a thing. It is a thing.
something I'm yet to partake in. But it is No Pants Friday today.
I used to do that actually when I was in Mexico. I used to do No Pants Friday. I would not take my underwear off. I would, do a jumping for joy on the beach in my, Most times I had my bikini bottoms on anyway because I was going straight after work to the beach anyway when I lived in Mexico. That was hilarious. So here's the shiny tractor. It's a red one. We probably shouldn't get any closer. Let them do their thing. But it's a red tractor. So Susan's got here. Barb probably knows some of the same people I know.
Quite possibly.
Quite possibly. So here's your tractor, Susan. He's waving at you.
Good old Massey Ferguson.
There we go. He's going to do a bit of a bite for us. Action shot, guys. That's how they do it, eh? Oh, and then they pick it up.
This is picking up any rubbish that's left in his hand.
Yeah. Probably going to do a turnaround. She's a nice tractor, Susan. So, Barb. He's waving at Susan's got here. Yes, that's the right one. Get Barb to drive that back here for me.
I'll be there in a few days.
She'll be there in a few days. Do you want the green trailer too? So yeah, it makes the beach look all pretty, right? So let's just out of curiosity, let's see how small the world is, right? I'm walking on the beach with Barb from Country Victoria. Susan's in the chat from Country Victoria. Do you want to name some families that?
Oh,
can you remember any?
Well, in Eildon, there was the Wallaces.
The Wallaces?
The Riggs, he was the policeman.
The Riggs, the policeman.
Just a big farming family.
The Collar family?
Yeah.
The Collar family in Alexander, who are a big farming family apparently.
There's always the Joneses as well, but you get them everywhere.
Oh, that video stopped. Oh, wait on. Susan didn't hear any of that. Hold on. Let me just go back. We were just asking you, Susan, if you knew some of these families. So do you know the families? Wait on. Go again.
They'd be the Collars.
The Collar family?
Big farming family.
Big farming family.
The Wallaces.
The Wallaces? Do you know the Wallaces, Susan?
There's always the Joneses, but they're everywhere. It's hard to tell.
There's the Jones family, but they're everywhere apparently.
The Savages. The Savages is a big family.
The Savages? Do you know the Savages?
Not necessarily savage.
Not the Savage people, but the Savages family.
They're probably the biggest.
The biggest clan?
The biggest family in Eildon.
They're the biggest family in Eildon when she remembered back in the day. So how many years has it been since you've been there?
Oh, quite a long time now. Probably at least 15 years, I'd say.
So she hasn't been back for 15 years. So it's been a long time. So a lot of these people probably have passed on and moved on. But I'm sure some of the families would still be there.
Yeah, no, the Savages are still there.
The Savages would be still there.
The Wallaces. Yeah,
the Wallaces.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Collars will always be there. That's there.
The Collars?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Wow.
Crazy. It has changed an awful lot.
Yeah. And it's interesting, there's another guy that comes on our chat, a guy called Paul D. Australia. He's in Phillip Island now, but he used to live down the road from Susan. but didn't know each other, obviously. So it is, it's not, it is a small world. It's amazing. Like, it's funny when you meet people when you're traveling, they're like, oh, Australia, my cousin's from Australia. Do you know so-and-so? And I'm like, yeah, no. I mean, our population's not massive, right? Where are we? I think we're on 30 million now, right?
I
I think
wouldn't
we're,
know the current figure.
I don't know what the current figure of population is, but we're sitting around 30. I don't know if we're even at 30 million yet. But like considering like the population of New York is over 30 million, and we're in one big hell of a country. So yeah, it's amazing. But a lot of people live on the East Coast, I reckon, the coastlines,
Yeah.
because that's I guess more facilities.
Not quite so harsh.
He goes, Susan goes, I recognise the surnames but don't know them. Yeah. Yeah, and look, I'm sure if you walk down that street one day, you would probably, maybe they don't recognise you, but they would know that you would know names. Yeah. It's amazing.
We were in Alaska. I went to Alaska with my parents. After I lived in Canada for a year, they came over and we were sitting down to breakfast in a hotel. And I was looking into the restaurant as such, and my dad was looking out the window opposite me. And people walked in and his ears pricked up. So I know that person. And I looked up and I recognised that person.
Really?
And him and his wife, they had a holiday house in Lake Eildon and they came up all the time.
Really?
So we ran into them in
Alaska.
Alaska. And my dad was in Egypt with mum one day, and this young lady came up to me and she said, I know you. I think I might have been on the same tour. I said, oh, I don't think you do. She said, oh, no, I know. Where do you come from? He said, a tiny little place, you would never heard of it. Anyway, she finally got Eildon, finally gave her the answer. And she said, yes, I know. What do you do? And he said, I run the supermarket. And she works for a company that does the school camps for some of the private schools in Melbourne. And they used to be out all week and only come in on the weekends, so you didn't see them very often. But yeah, she recognised him and bailed him up in Egypt of all places.
Wow, that's cool.
You just never know who you're going to run into.
Wow. Well, speaking of that, like, I guess the more you travel, the more, increased chances you get that happening of. But I'm just trying to remember scenarios where I've randomly met people. Probably not I mean, I was in Spain's pretty popular place. No, I was in Portugal. Sorry, backtrack. Portugal. I was in Lisbon, and I met up with some people from Redcliffe. I didn't really know them very well, but I knew they were going to be around. So we met up, and they had friends there too. And they were all from Redcliffe. And then we were sitting there having some drinks. And there was about 8 of us all from the same location. It was hilarious. But I didn't know them. But we were all from the same location. But yeah, that was funny. I don't know how, if I have actually ran into people that I just randomly. I can't remember. But anyway, guys, that's how we met. That's how Barb and I met, by reading a book, Marching Powder by Rusty Young. Thoroughly recommend that book. Get it out from the library. It's a great read.
Yes.
Great read. But yeah, don't blame us if you end up in a Bolivian jail, just saying.
And you'll think it's fiction because it does seem quite out there, but
Yeah.
what I saw was all the bits that I saw matched exactly what he said, which
Yep.
was really quite bizarre.
Yep. So he definitely didn't lie. It was very real. Yeah. So yeah, reading's good for us.
You should read more, man.
I know I need to read more, and I definitely will. After I finish, I've got 43 more days till I finish the 75 hard, and I definitely will keep on reading, guys. And yeah, maybe I don't be scrolling on YouTube or social media as much as I have been. So I don't think that's a bad thing. So yeah. So guys, we're going to finish off this live because it's 7:27 a.m. and we've got places to go today. People to see, places to go,
Things to do.
things to do. So thanks for listening.
Nice meeting everyone.
You get to meet Barb. And thanks for listening to our story of Bolivia. And like I said, we thoroughly recommend this book, Marching Powder by Rusty Young. Not sponsored, but just a really good book. So have a good day, guys. Thanks for being there. Susan's got here. Yes, I've been drinking 2 litres a day since you started 75 Hard. She has, actually. And yeah, you're in a good place now, aren't you, Susan? It's great. See you guys. Thanks, Debbie Sue. Thanks, Mike. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye.